Yo ho! Oh my gosh, hey! Hi everyone, welcome in scholars. I see a bunch of familiar names and faces. I don't know if you guys could hear the audio or not. I had some technical difficulties, but hello! Good to see y'all. I saw Nimby was here earlier, there was a Lay. We have Ufer, of course, and Soa. Yay, it's so good to see some scholars, and I'm sure a few people will trickle on in. They'll just find their way here, wherever they are. So, I do have a technical question, because on my end, I was hearing double sounds. I'm assuming no one else heard it, since everyone's pretty chill, or you guys were enjoying the double sounds. Oh man, it was pretty crazy. I think I had a tab open and so I just closed the entire browser. Okay, yeah, no, I guess you guys didn't hear it, and it was driving me insane. And awesome, that's actually all I needed to confirmation. I'm never gonna recover from that. So basically SCUFF behind the scenes. It was funny because I was actually gonna start today and say, oh, you know guys, there's gonna be some SCUFF, but the SCUFF happened before I even got a chance to let you guys know. But you know, so my gosh. But yeah, hello, welcome in everybody. It's good to see y'all. Glad I can, you know, connect and reach out and check in with folks in the community. Pretty cool that you got a new replacement phone. That's awesome. We like new phones. We like phones, yes, because phones in the digital age. It would be kind of inconvenient not to have some kind of phone, I suppose. But my brain, I'm still kind of frazzled from the technical shenanigans. Today's gonna be a little different in today's stream. We're doing something a little different, and hence why I was gonna say there's gonna be some SCUFF, but lo and behold, there was additional SCUFF. So SCUFF galore today, expect. I am technically pretty much done with the workout, the beginner workout. You know, I've done a lot of work showcasing kind of what I've been doing over the past few months. Every Wednesday, you guys have been able to, you know, see the progress through my narration and through what I've been been able to express to you guys, like, wow, you know, my muscles are sore, or, you know, like I was able to recover and I feel stronger, or these are getting easier, or these are still kind of, you know, not my favorite thing, or, you know, I don't really like push-ups, but I'll never like push-ups. I don't think there'll be a day where I never like push-ups, but, you know, they have gotten a little bit easier. So things are going to be a little different. Today's going to be kind of like a test stream. It'll be kind of like, we're going to see how long it takes me to cycle on a stationary bike. 6 miles. Yeah. This is kind of in anticipation for the next workout routine that will require something of a 6-mile run / cardio component. I am modifying the next workout that I'll be doing. So slow advances. All right, Uber says, okay. Oh. Well, that's complicated. That's unfortunate. Yeah. It's very rare when you order the wrong thing and then you're like, oh, well, never mind. Back to the drawing board, but that does happen. I suppose that's like a setback. Whereas that one's kind of a more inconsequential setback, right? Getting the wrong item or a part for any kind of project or thing that you need, you can always just return it. It is a bit of a hassle, there's a little bit of a delay, but you know, that's part of life, and that's just part of figuring things out and problem solving. A little bit more easier when it's more tangible and you have the receipts and all that. Not so easy when it's less tangible or more difficult to track. Yeah, so cool. We're getting things in order, huh? Welcome, hi. Hey Kings, good to see you. Okay, cool, yeah, not a big deal, Yeah, these are things that, you know, not the end of the world. Like I said, inconsequential, a little inconvenient, but we deal with inconvenience, right? We can handle inconvenience. So I'm really glad all the familiar scholars are here and you guys are able to, you know, connect with each other. So yeah, so like I said, today is going to be a little interesting. We're gonna basically what'll happen is I had it planned. I was going to kind of warm up, which I should. Warm up being part of it is stretching, so I'm gonna go ahead and stretch, like, now that I'm a little, how do I say, de-escalating my anxiety because of the tech issue earlier. Oh no, I did not watch the tech launch, actually. Nope, not at all. Let me see something really quick. I believe I'm a little frazzled, not gonna lie. We got some frazzling going on right now. Okay. I'm all over the place, help. I'm gonna actually set a timer, because without a timer or no sense of like structure for myself, it's pretty chaotic for me. So it always helps me to have some structure. And I really like hearing about you guys, is like, you know, what you guys been up to, what's I'm like doing a reverse parasocial, you know, I'm getting to know my community. But I also, it's kind of weird. I don't know if you want to call it like a catch-22, but like I also want to like protect everyone's like safety on the internet, right? And make sure like there's no like creeps creeping on the good people and yeah, if only. But it's kind of weird. So it's always kind of a balancing act. It's really weird. It's very strange. But yeah, thanks for sharing some of the updates that you guys have in the past, and you know, in some of our community sessions. That's always been helpful, because it goes to show like there's a level of trust, there's a level of community connection going on, and that's always really helpful. So that's really cool. But yeah, I didn't watch the space launch. It was really cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. People who are really interested in like the technology and stuff going into space is really interesting. Yo, Cardstack, welcome in. I just want to give you a warm welcome. Yes, hello. Ah, and you did the last VOD where, oh, really? That's really cool. Awesome, Cardstack. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you know, I'm so glad you found the channel and that the workout was inspiring and you could sit through my rambling. I always recommend, like, if you do watch the VOD, which I sometimes have to do just to, you know, figure out some timestamps, I always watch myself in like 2 times speed or like 1.5 speed, because I don't know, everything still makes sense in a weird way, but I sound like a chipmunk. I still sound like a chipmunk, but you know, whatever works. If you need to, like, you know, time yourself, like, you know, I want to work out for 1 hour, but I don't know what to, you know, listen to. Right? Yeah. Welcome in. We got Weeb Going Dark. Welcome. It's good to see you. I hope you guys don't mind. I give you guys a little bit of a shout out, call out your name, say hello, kind of, you know, make it a little cozy. Trying to make it a little cozy. So welcome in. It's always nice to see some familiar and new people, new names in the space, the digital space. So yeah, today's gonna be interesting. Like I said, 6 miles. I have planned, so by the way, just informing, I am still stretching. You guys can't see it, but I'm stretching. What I'm doing is I'm stretching my kind of my hips slash thigh leg area, like because that's what we're going to be working on. There's a lot of cycling, and the calves, oh my gosh, calves are going to be worked out today. So I will do a warm-up stretch as I am doing now, and at the end. So I personally am of the type that like to do the warm-up stuff and the cool down stuff, but there's people who just go straight to the gym. They just do their weights, try to get their equipment, and you know, that's it. Up to you. I think for me, I've been kind of conditioned to think that the warm-up and the cool down helps with preventing muscle injury and strain. And so far, that's kind of been my truth. But if you guys are like, nah, I don't want to do it, hey, you know, you live your life, right? It's all good. So I also like to do a little like pop my spine. What I do is I kind of just like turn my torso, and sometimes there's a nice little crack, sometimes there's not. It just feels kind of like there's a bit of a release there, so that's always nice. You know, make sure that my forearms, my biceps, my arms are not too tight or any muscle cramps. I just want to be able to identify that. So that's always really important, right? Body awareness, you know, checking in with yourself mentally. You know, if you feel there's a little bit of pain somewhere, you know, don't push it, go easy, these types of things. I think that's a more healthier approach to fitness. But yeah, 6 miles today. I've never tested it. I don't know what I'm gonna do to like make sure that I can get to 6 miles today. Like, do I have to just like pump my legs faster and hope that like tells the machine that I've made more progress and closed some of the gap in distance? I do have my watch. I will have my watch, and on my rather cheap stationary bike, I mean, it's affordable, right? It's not like super fancy. It gets the job done. The stationary bike basically has like a little monitor, and I don't know how good or how accurate it is, so we're gonna be kind of estimating based off of that as well. So I have 2 pieces of equipment that will help me measure my distance. And hopefully, you know, they'll be somewhat aligned, and we'll see how long it takes me to do 10 kilometers, aka about 6 miles, more or less. A little, I mean, 6 miles, I'm actually rounding down. It's more like 6 point, I don't know what, like 2 point something mile of a mile. Going faster with resistance actually ends up being easier. Okay, interesting. Imagine the happiest place on earth, and that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. You know, we're trying to go somewhere happy. For sure. Yeah, that's, you know, I'll try to keep that in mind as I'm struggling towards the end. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it, guys. I don't think I have a choice. I will say this, just for, you know, again, safety and all of that. I have with me some crackers, and just in case, right? Like I'll stop the timer if I need some extra fuel. I did load up on carbs. I had some spaghetti several hours ago, maybe like been like 3-4 hours now. Yeah. So I'm pretty I'm pretty good. Or like an angry, you know, panda's like chasing me, like a, you know, like some wild animal is out for blood, and I gotta hightail it out of there. That helps, right? Yeah, like no one wants to be chased by an angry panda, for sure. But yeah, I do have these really cute, I believe I got them at the Korean market. They're like potato like crackers, but they're so good. I don't even feel like they're crackers. They're not super dry or salty. They kind of taste fragrant and like almost like savory, like umami. It has like this nice little umami flavor, and I can't read the Korean, but it has the word slim on it because the little crackers are round and thin, so they're like little discs, and they're really good. So I have that just like for emergency, you know, because I don't know, I feel like cyclists would need to take like a moment to just like, you know, stop on the side of the road, fuel up, you know, get some water, or usually what do they carry? They carry like gelatin that's easy to digest and gives them energy, and sugar and carbs sometimes, mostly sugar. So that's just in case, right? Like I'll be careful, because 6 miles, I don't know. Trail mix is also good. Yeah, I don't have trail mix, but I do have water. I have these little potato crackers. Last night for dinner, knowing that I'm gonna, you know, be doing this, I had some popcorn chicken. Yeah, so that's my protein. And yep, had some noodles earlier today, so hopefully I got the carbs. And yeah, then later tonight, gonna finish the remaining spaghetti that I have, and yeah, that'll be my workout. I did have a protein shake yesterday just to, you know, anticipate like, I should, you know, stock up on some of this. I don't know about you guys. Do you like the idea of protein before a workout or after? I feel like I personally like a protein after, like a protein shake or a heavy protein diet after a workout, because then in my thinking is like my body's like craving and nutrients and wants the nutrients as it's like developing and trying to heal the muscle that has been worked. So that's like my logic. Some people like to do some people like to do a little bit of both. So, you know, yeah, yesterday I didn't really do anything crazy, but I was like, protein shakes. I was just like, I'm gonna work out tomorrow anyway. So protein shake. I do really like protein shake, like a really good one after my workout. It's like a little treat. I've always talked about that. So, you know, you should treat yourself, right? Like a little reward system in the brain goes, yay! So, light snack before and then protein after. Yeah. You drink it first thing in the morning? That's good. Yeah, having protein. Part of the workout, part of working out is diet, right? Because I do want to like try to retain some of the gains, right? The muscle, and that's always been difficult. It's been a challenge for me. Yeah. So I'm thinking that as I move forward with the next workout, so lately I've been doing this beginner workout, right? And it's like very introductory, very simple, very, you know, anyone can get started with it, and it's not stressful, and I'm not trying to go crazy, right? Like if you want something more intense or advanced, definitely do your research. There's definitely something out there for you that'll fit your need. But for now, I've just been taking it really, you know, easy, and it's been really great. I've been seeing a lot of positive results in terms of like physically and mentally. Like I feel really good. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this is something I can do once a week, and I'm really proud, and I can like check in with people, and maybe, you know, others are inspired and motivated to make a small change, whether it's a diet or incorporating something else into their existing routine. Yeah, because cardio, a lot of people really miss out on cardio. I mean, it's important, cardiovascular health, but, you know, strength training is also very, very important as well. Never skip leg day. And that's just kind of my my approach to fitness and health. And yeah, so where was I going with this? Let's see. Yeah, so the exercise routine today is just gonna be mostly cardio. Yeah. Oh yeah, diet. That's where I was going with this. Diet. I want to try to like have a banana. I want to incorporate. Basically, I want to add a banana every morning. That's gonna be my goal. Like something I haven't done before. Sometimes I have a banana once in a blue moon, you know, or I'll have it with like my protein if it's available with my protein shake. So I'll have like the protein shake, which is like chocolate, whey powder, and then like some milk or yogurt, Greek yogurt, whatever yogurt, you know, I have. And then the banana makes it really sweet, and it really tastes like a really good treat for me. So I'm gonna try to see if I can add a banana as part of my breakfast, because I think the potassium is really good. And I think, so if you guys don't know already, the next workout that I'm going to attempt is a modified version of One Punch Man's workout routine. I know, it's like, what? Who would have thought? But yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So that's why today I'm kind of testing the waters and seeing if I can even do that 10 kilometers like cardio. I mean, they recommend you run the 10 kilometers, but I'm not good with running, so it's gonna be on a stationary bike. So we're gonna modify it though, because with the One Punch Man workout, you have to do it every day, and that's cool if you know what you're doing and you're really proficient about, and you're diligent and disciplined, and you know about your body, and you're aware of like fitness XYZ. But if you're new and you're starting out, I don't want to mislead people and be like, oh yeah, you can do this. No, actually it's not recommended for beginners. Hence why I will be modifying the One Punch Man workout. I believe I'll be starting that April 15th. So next week will be the last week that I do this beginner workout challenge and slowly make my way into attempting a modified version of the One Punch Man workout. And that'll be really fun. So we'll see how long it takes me to do 6 miles. I'm hoping I can get it done in an hour and a half if I'm lucky, but I also get distracted as well, so that might delay some of my progress. As you guys know, if you have been here or been following along, I usually have an assistant. I have Gym Buddy Poe is what we call. Basically, Gym Buddy Poe is like my doppelganger, yes, a doppelganger, if you will, and they demonstrate the workout. It's kind of a fun thing. It's like my makeshift way of trying to make it, because I don't have the mocap, the full body tracking that's gonna like let you guys see that I'm doing the workout, so I had to compensate. I had to compensate with a gym buddy, and Gym Buddy Poe has been helping. So because I don't have a asset that's like a 3D asset that Gym Buddy Poe can sit on and be like a stationary bike or a bicycle, like a 3D bicycle for that matter, I'm gonna be having Gym Buddy Poe dancing, because as we know, you know, cardio is cardio. So whether you're running, whether you're sprinting, whether you're cycling, whether you're dancing or swimming, you're still essentially, you know, doing some form of cardio, which is excellent. I don't know how to swim. If you put me in a body or like, yeah, a body of water, I'm gonna be in trouble. I know this, and yeah, I need floaty devices at all times near bodies of water that I could get lost in. So bathtub is like the closest thing that I will ever feel comfortable with, like a body of water, but I don't think that counts. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of bodies of water, which is sad, which is really sad. I tried to learn, but I just don't have the buoyancy. It's a genetic defect. No, really, I don't know if it has something to do with like the fat distribution or like my bones. The bone marrow is like, I don't know, there's like bone density, it has something to do with that, but I'm not very buoyant. I'm not very buoyant to begin with, which is weird. So floaty devices, if you ever see me in a body of water. So yeah, if you swim, if you have a gym, or you happen to have access to a pool and you want to, you know, get back into swimming, you know, great way to get some cardio in, right? 20 minutes of a few laps around the whatchamacallit, what do you call that? The pool has those little lanes. See, I never swim, I don't even know what it's called, but I think they're lanes. And yeah, what was that? Olympic Philip something? I'm sorry, that's not what name's swimmer. Philip. What was his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Please. Was he not? Phelps. Was it Phelps? Oh, whoops, not Philip. It was Michael Phelps. Sorry, it was Phelps, not Philip. Philippe. Okay, no worries. All good. Thanks for tuning in. It's always a joy to have you. Okay, so now is the fun part. I will introduce you guys to the Gym Buddy Poe, who is actually going to be dancing. Yes, cardio. How misleading, how clickbait of me to tell you guys I will be doing a cardio workout on a stationary bike, only to find my doppelganger dancing the samba dance. So okay, so here we go. All right, Gym Buddy Poe, okay, so there's Gym Buddy Poe. Hi. They can't be bothered. Gym Buddy Poe can't be bothered. They are in the zone, and Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're in the zone. We cannot be bothered. Gym buddy po. Ah! So that is cardio. Yes, this is cardio. So woohoo! This is cardio. Macarena. I don't think you can do the Macarena. I have yet to figure out how she could do the Macarena. But no, it would be cool. Maybe I can find a way. I'll have to see how I can get her to do to do the Macarena. Them hips don't lie. You know, look at them hips sway, yo. Yes, they cannot be bothered. They will not be stopped. They are in the zone doing their samba dance, and it's just gonna be on loop, you know. So this will be it. I have prepared a list of talking points, discussion topics to keep the 6 miles somewhat entertaining, somewhat thoughtful. So we'll see. I did. Oh yeah. So it's kind of a doozy. It's a bit of a doozy actually. I did put them on the screen just as like a reference. This is a lot. And some of it's like mental health, right? Like mental health related questions and discussion topics where we could like delve into a little bit more or not. You guys know I like to think about, and it's actually very inspiring when I hear from you guys, and then I kind of like think about like how, like I try to answer these questions myself. If you don't want to answer them because it's too personal or you haven't even thought about it because it's, you know, you're being put on the spot, I totally get it. You can think of these like questions as points to reflect on. If you ever get into journaling and writing and you're like, I don't know what to journal about, what journaling, what writing, I only do text messaging. I think it's pretty, what's the word? I think it's worthwhile to consider some of these questions for yourself, especially if you are in the process or know of someone who is, you know, actively trying to seek or address some kind of concern, whether it's anxiety, you know, sadness, grief, self-esteem, you know, like insecurity. We all have that. We're all human. You know, so asking some of these questions and trying to reflect, and even if it's a short answer, that's fine. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I see. We're gonna. Yeah, this is why I need structure, because I'm always very curious. I feel like I learn a lot of different things from you guys. I'll do my best to try to. What I'll do is while I'm cycling, I might not be able to look up things, but I'll have a device, a portable device, my phone, with me. So I'll try to look it up while I'm riding. So I am stalling a bit. I'll probably hop on the bike in just a minute. The little clock right here, this little timer, it's not a countdown. It's actually just gonna count how long I've been cycling for, just to keep a sense of reference in time, so we're not in like the void. But I'm gonna see like a kind of like a miles, like a check-in point. It will be about like an hour or two. I'll see where I'm at. You know, have I barely scratched half of the 6 miles? You know, like am I at 4 miles at least? So we'll see. Oh right, it's tax season. Oof, yeah. It's tax season, isn't it? For some of us, for most of us, if you're in America, if you're American, whatever that means anymore. Yeah. Yep. Just remember that. Yeah, so we'll have a bunch, and we can go out of order, but these are some of the topics that I came up with as a list. And of course, you know, if conversations naturally go their, you know, tangent or go their separate, you know, go into other areas of discussion, that's totally natural, right? But it's really important to do our best to stay focused, because I tangent a lot, and it's fun, it's natural, and it's good, part of like social interaction. The problem is like when we get something weird, like everyone's talking about one topic and we're good, and you know, and then someone just comes out of nowhere and says something just unrelated, then that's not very helpful or constructive. But like if a natural course of discussion leads us in various, you know, loops and different paths, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, having an accountant is like so helpful, right? Yeah, for sure. Like a family accountant or someone who just handles all of it, just gives them the papers, that's all you need, for sure. I think that's been my experience as well. So whenever people say like they do their own taxes, I'm sweating because I'm like, should I know how to do my taxes? I've never done my taxes before. Like, is this the definition of like what it means to be a true adult, is knowing how to do your taxes? I have a friend, like, you know, I know classmates and people who have done their taxes, and it's very admirable. I'm just sitting there like, wow, what is it? What's it called? It's like a rite of passage to adulthood, is knowing how to file your own taxes. So maybe I'm a pseudo adult. I don't know. I don't personally file my own taxes. I give it to like an accountant or like a family accountant to handle all of that. But yeah, it is tax season, so for sure get your taxes done and yada yada, all of that good stuff. Well, I had some music planned. I was gonna play some like kind of upbeat, energetic, hype music. I don't know if it'll be A, overstimulating, B, too much, or C, distracting, or how the music will dictate our conversation topics as well. Because it'd be so weird to have like sad music playing in the background only for the topic to be really happy, or vice versa. We're trying to talk about, you know, movies and something positive, or like something kind of like easy, and then we're like listening to EDM, or what was it, EMD? Is that the music? No, EDM. What is that music genre? The rave music, electronic dance music in the background. I was getting EMDR and EDM mixed up in my head. Haha, the neural pathways in my brain from being traumatized. Yeah, we're working on it, don't worry. Yeah, accountant. Yeah, always work with a professional if possible, as needed. Of course, if you can do things yourself, then, you know, by all means, if you can do your own taxes, you know, like don't waste money if you don't have it and you just do your own taxes. But whenever possible, yeah, the experts are there, the industry, the field, the line of work, the job. Accountants are there, therapists are there, doctors, surgeons are there, for a reason, supposedly. They should be doing their job, supposedly, but I don't know. I've been told otherwise sometimes, so different opinions. All right, so I believe if you guys have scanned the questions, the talking points, mayhaps we can get this ball started, and I'll hop on the bike. I'll make sure all of the metrics are in place to measure my distance and the time that it takes to accomplish getting to 6 miles, and then we will just yap for the next hour or so, or however long it takes me to cycle 6 miles. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. All right, so I've introduced. So what'll happen is the real Poe will get eated, and then we will have Samba Buddy Poe, Gym Buddy Poe, just unbothered, doing the cardio. Cardio is important. I'm gonna do some stuff. Just gonna switch out some music, and again, let me know. Feedback is always welcome. If the music is distracting, too much, too hype, doesn't fit the mood, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes I get so locked in that I kind of just hyper focus, and there could be like explosions going on, but nah, it doesn't matter. I have to finish my thought. I have to read what chat says. Like, nothing else matters, right? There could be like an evacuation, that like some natural disaster is happening, and I'd still be like, no, let me just finish my sentence. Let me just finish my thought. Let me just hear what this other person has to say. Hold on. And I get so locked in. So again, if at any point anything needs to be addressed, feel free to bring that to my awareness, and I will do my best to address it. All right, so hey, let's go. I think you guys can hear the music, and it's not too much, but this is the vibe we're going for. It's a little upbeat. It is a little positive. That doesn't mean we can't talk about sad things, in which case I might have to change the background music, but yeah. Is the music okay? You guys feel comfortable with this? Is it too quiet, too loud? I believe I have it set where it should be okay, but because I can't hear it from your end, I'll never know unless I ask, because I can't read anybody's mind or experience their experience. Hey, let's go. Yeah, I like that sentiment. I just read your last sentence about if you're not sure about something, talk to someone that would know, you know, what's correct. Sounds like epic music. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for the feedback. I appreciate it. Okay, so the music is set. We are gonna be in the zone. And here's the tricky part. I need to time it so that I can like figure out my distance. Yeah, the music is supposed to kind of help with that. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. A little bit of setting up on my end. Okay. I'm a little nervous. This is where my my natural instinct to stall comes into place, but I refuse to stall. I will hop on this bike. Oh gosh, I'll probably end up sweating. There's just no way I'm getting out of this without breaking a sweat. Just impossible. The thing is, I don't sweat a lot. I really don't, unless it's like shedding water weight or, you know, I remember this one time I was cycling. It was cardio, and I was cycling for so long that I was like just sweat. But then someone else next to me, like in the same cardio room with other, you know, stationary bikes, no, they had like a lake around them. They needed towels on the ground because their sweat was just dripping. They were like a leaky faucet. That was a workout for them, but good for them, right? I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, now we use our imagination. Creativity is at its utmost peak when we experience today's stream. Okay, so let me think, what else do I need to set up? So that's set. I'll just need to press this button. The machine will need to be set. So this will be interesting. How to time. I basically have to do my best to like make sure that three pieces of equipment are aligned. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but we're gonna try. So this one has been reset, and I'm gonna try to do this. we're gonna try. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I think we'll put them up there and make sure I don't hit anything. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so we do the starting now. All right, so now I'm gonna press the timer. Here we go. And the time has begun. Calculating my beats per minute. Again, I wish I had like a heart rate monitor that I could sync up and show you guys my heart rate, but haven't done that because I'm missing equipment, but that's okay, and I'm lazy and frugal, and it's an investment. It's calculating how much calories that I'll be burning, and I'm not seeing the distance yet, so I might get the distance a little bit later, which is not good. So I think I only have one equipment that is going to be measuring my distance. So alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to rely on I'm gonna have to rely on this this stationary bike to tell me that I have, you know, I have hit 6 miles. Right now we're at 0.18 distance. We're at 0.19 of a mile in terms of distance. Oh boy. Alright, so we might need like a distance checker, like every 30 minutes to an hour we should check how far, you know, I've cycled so far. But yeah, knowing me, I'll forget. I will forget unless I have like a sticky note taped right in front of me saying, oh, you know, don't forget to check your distance. But oh boy, that'll be interesting. Okay, so cool. So we're on the bike. I'm feeling the workout. Cool. So I'm glad I did the stretch because this morning I woke up and my calves are really tight, like really tense, my muscle. So I had to do some morning stretching this morning. So I'm glad I did that, and then I stretched before, so I should be good. Oh yes, please do. I'm running out of devices to utilize, so I'm relying on you guys, chat. I believe in the power of community and accountability. So here we go. I do want to invite, because it is a workout stream, so if you want to hang out like you usually do, I love it. It's always good having someone to chat with. But if you have the intention to work out today, by all means, please do. Do your workout, follow the old workout routine that was set. I believe it was always like a warm-up, cardio, right? Stretching, any form of cardio. It was like push-ups, sit-ups. You want to do some planks. That's what I forgot. I was gonna do planks today. I was gonna do planks today. That's okay. I might either do the planks at the end, or I'll just toss out the planks and do the planks next week, because that was on my to-do list. But that's okay. I'll just focus on the cardio part today. So, all right, cool. We are at a 0.5 of a mile, and the thing with the machine, the stationary bike, is it'll only update if it senses that someone is actively like pedaling. Like it'll actually stop if I stop. It'll give it like a 2-second delay. It has like a 2-second delay. It'll be like, wait, are you still there? And then it just like won't track anymore. So that's a good thing. So I know that it is actively tracking and calculating. Cool. So with today's talking points / check-in questions, if you've had enough time to kind of think about some of these questions, I'll also answer. So I don't want to like be an interrogator, right? Like, I'm not trying to interrogate anyone, but some of these questions are to inspire reflection, thoughtfulness. Maybe you just don't know, and we just don't know. But I'll try to answer some of these questions as well for myself, and to share with others to see if it gives them any ideas of what they want to work on and reflect on. Again, these are just reflection points. And if you want to share and you feel comfortable sharing, again, this is like the internet, so we know how that goes, right? It's like, but let's just do our best to be wholesome and keep each other accountable, keep each other safe, hope for the best. What is it? Plan for the worst, but hope for the best or whatever. Because, we can't always be living in anxiety and constant fear and negativity. I mean, we gotta problem solve and figure things out. So yeah, so it is what it is. We're being vulnerable, but we're also being, honest and authentic and real, and trying to answer these questions for ourselves and others. So let's see. What is something you've done? So the first question is, what is something you've done for your physical or, so it's like a two-part, this is like my favorite thing. I like to do this. What is like I do this thing where like there's two potential answers, because it's like physical or mental, or it could be like 3 answers. But what is something you've done for your physical and or mental health that you're proud of? So let's just sit with that question, and it's a real question. It's valid and open for being answered by viewers who want to answer or are just curious to listen to answers, whatever. If you're working out, obviously make sure you're in a safe environment if you wish to answer. Like if you're holding equipment, don't just drop your equipment just to answer, right? Like make sure you're being mindful of your surroundings as well, wherever you're at. If you're driving or operating some kind of machinery or vehicle. I don't know why I have to say this, but like it's just the sentiment, like common sense is not so common. Like you would be so surprised some of the shenanigans I've had to deal with, and like being blamed for things which were already written in the rules. So it's kind of weird. So yeah, obviously projection is real. Cognitive dissonance and cognitive distortions are very real. So what is something you've done for your physical health What is something you've done for your mental health? Or what is something you've done for both your physical and mental health that you're proud of? It's fun to have common sense. Oofer, what are you talking about? What is this? We like common sense. Oh yeah, cognitive distortions are such a pain to deal with, and like that's why you know, this is like, I have so much respect for some of the professionals who have to like, their job is to deal with cognitive distortions, right? It's not easy, because it gets into some really weird mental gymnastics and like a person's sense of reality and experience, and then you kind of have to learn about speaking and communication and communicating in a way that's not antagonizing, right? So I've learned to use I statements, things like that, like, oh, well, that's not how I experienced it. However, I acknowledge that this is your experience. How I saw it was like this, right? And that's kind of like the communication that's needed to try to find resolution, or, you know, if there's rupture in a social situation, then you want to repair the relationship dynamic or whatever. So it's a whole thing that I'm still learning about. And I think it's really important because, you know, we don't really learn this formally. We just kind of learn by trial and error. Okay, so you kicked your urge to consume a, hey, good for you. Oofer, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, like fist bump through the screen right now. That's so awesome of you. Okay, after the new year, you feel much, okay, so that's a physical health thing that you did for yourself, but not only physical for your physical health, that's also for your mental health, because as we know, alcohol is a depressant. It can inhibit your sense of like cognition in some ways, and so, you know, and you know, if not treated in the mental capacity or cognitive capacity, it can lead to, you know, forms of addiction and reliance. So good for you. That's really good. If that's your goal, if that is that's something you're working on, that is excellent. And, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Continue seeking out resources as you need. You know, make sure that you feel supported and that you feel validated in your efforts, and that your efforts are not going to waste. Relapse happens, but we get back and try to find a way to, you know, get back on that horse or whatever. Man, I've been using a lot of horse analogies. Do you guys like my horse analogies? Maybe not the violent ones, but can also be comfort. Can be. I don't really agree with that. Wait. Oh, hold on. Okay, can we agree to disagree? Can we agree to disagree? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. Okay, so I've been on some like agree to disagree. Okay, I've been on some like weird social media posts. No, I have not. I do not play that game with the horse girls. I mean, I think it's cute, but I'm not into that stuff. Like Nikki, one of those like really popular games that I really play. But I don't agree with that being a comfort. It's literally toxic. It's really toxic, actually. Okay. Yeah. Then you're not, you know, now you're not even consuming, you know, you're not even consuming for the sake of like pleasure or joy or enjoyment. Like your enjoyment is just gone, right? So I found like this what is that, social media account. I know this is like, I've curbed my what is that, doom scrolling, but I only consume a little bit of content here and there, which is like very informative. So let me just share this with you. Going back to the I agree to disagree statement. Alcohol is actually a poison, and this person explained it through the lens of alchemy / spirituality. It was kind of mind-blowing. And I might need to just send it to you guys, because the way this person explained it, he explained it, and it was like, you follow the logic, and I'm like, huh. So how he broke it down, it's through the words. It's through etymology, right? So, you know, prefixes and suffixes usually come from like Latin roots in the English language. So he broke it down through etymology, and I thought that was so cool. And it was about like how alcohol is like, it's related to spirit, sprite, and like alcohol, and like poison and again, spirituality and whatnot. So I thought this was just a really interesting take. Anyways. You also disagree. Oh, you want to disagree? Okay, no worries. I also disagree. So that's a disagreement that alcohol can be a comfort. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you also disagree. Okay. My analogy for one of my used to drown, just drowns or dilutes the emotions and have. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I see. So you're going back to the previous topic, saying, oh, I also disagree. We agree to disagree, and we follow back by our anecdotes, our experiences. No problem. I agree with your disagreement. I agree with your disagreement as well. I second this notion. It's become a poison. It really has. It's not ice cream. Okay, can we please not talk about things in relation? Like a comfort is like ice cream. A comfort is like a comfort is like a cozy bed or like cats and puppies. And when I think of like something that's really closely related to rubbing alcohol and rat poisoning and like tar, or no, that's cigarettes, never mind. When I think of something close to rubbing alcohol, that is not comfort to me. If that's comfort for you, then that's comfort for you, but that's not comfort for me. The distance, we have 1.8. We're about a mile. We're about a mile in, almost 2 miles. Is my brain okay? You know what's crazy? I think my brain is like okay, and like so okay that it's like not okay. I'm like reacting to things in such a normal way. Like basically I'm not a zombie. My reaction, my frustration, my anger to what I see in the world is like so normal that like, my reaction seems like crazy if you're desensitized. So like if the general masses is like, oh, their reaction is like desensitized, like normalizing violence and like all these terrible things, and then like I'm not reacting like that, then obviously I'm the crazy one. But I feel like my reactions to certain things is like normal. It's like okay. So I think my brain is still okay for now. I don't know about later. Y'all can do like a, you can do like a vibe check and make sure like, is Poe still okay, or is Poe not okay? Well, that is the question. Is Poe gonna be canceled for not liking alcohol? I mean, there's a lot of issues with alcohol, but it can be a touchy subject because it's also a form of coping, right? It's a way that people use to cope with X, Y, and Z. My suggestion is find another way to cope instead of, relying on substances. But again, maybe I'm the crazy one and I should just, leave it alone, turn the other cheek, look away. But whatever, right? Like I don't know what's right anymore. I don't know what's the right thing to do here, so I'll just whatever. I don't know. Not my business, kind of thing. I'm pretty good, I think. Lately, things have been alright. It's a work in progress for sure. Definitely a work in progress. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying everything is like perfect right now, because it's not, but we're getting there. Like we're getting back to a place where it's like, hey, we're working through stuff. I also want to share my answer to this question because I think it's really nice to hear from others. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what is this language. Maybe I've taken the science pill. Maybe I've taken some science pill that's like made it so that words have been like a really, really important thing for me, but okay, I don't like religious language, but if that's the only way you can communicate, then that's the only way you can communicate, and I just have to like sit with it and think about, the definition of these things. I have to think about that. But yeah, still, big congratulations, keep it up, do your thing, do what you want, do whatever works for you. Just know that your experience is valid. If you need more resources to help You have that right. You deserve that right. You know, it's okay. I'll go ahead and answer that question if everyone's okay with my answer, like with answering this question myself. What is something that I've done physically? I've stretched. I started a routine stretching in the evening and in the morning. I have stopped in the past week and a half, like maybe like 10 days I haven't, because I forgot. Okay. So I haven't stretched for like maybe like about like a week or two, you know, 10 days, because I was feeling so much better. So that's physically. I've been doing more stretching for myself. Second thing that was like physical is I actually moved my cell phone charger away from the headstand, my bed stand, my nightlight, like the lamp next to my bed. And I don't know if there's anything there, but I personally like having my phone away from me now, because when I wake up, I'm not distracted by my phone. That's just me personally. That is something I have done for my physical well-being, so I don't have this weird habit of like grabbing my phone and checking social media, and the algorithm dictates what I see and consume now, so I don't get like hijacked by the algorithm. So that's been really something I liked about what I've changed about my physical routine. In terms of mental health, I am actually in the process of updating my care team, my mental health care team. So hopefully I'll have access to a therapist to help me kind of work out some of the things that I'm not able to work out on my own, and that'll be really good. So not only am I walking the walk, I'm going through the motions and talking the talk for myself, and hopefully everything will work out one way or another. Yeah, I think that's really important, because I don't want to rely on, like, how do I say this? So kind of like earlier, what was mentioned regarding the accountant. If you don't know something and you want to make sure that you get things right, or you're not sure about something, you want to ask like a person who's like expert or taken school to like learn about this for maybe half a decade, if not almost a decade, 10 years of training to deal with the topic that you have a question on. So you would hope, the hope is that they have some qualifications to help you, right? So that is my line of thinking. So hopefully I can speak with someone who's trained and qualified to help me address some of the questions and concerns that I have. Yeah. It is difficult because there's a lot of science. You know what's really eye-opening about social media is that the people who have designed social media, so what is it, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, he took over Instagram, and like, you know, all these things, they actually don't let their kids onto social media. They don't let their kids use technology like iPads or anything. So that's really eye-opening. So they know how harmful it is for young minds, yet because to them they want your money, they want your attention, they want your time, they benefit from that. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna stop because they want to make money off of your well-being. So at some point you can no longer rely on someone else to take or like care about you, so you kind of have to care about yourself, right? So I don't know how, I know it sounds really bad, but I mean at some point you really do have to just like take a stand and advocate for yourself and say, hey, I don't want this, actually. I don't want to conform to these social pressures anymore, and I don't want businesses to like ruin my life because they make money off of my suffering, essentially. So I'm just gonna not. I just don't want to. I say no. No is a valid answer. You can say no. Please say no politely if you wish, or you could be angry and say no, which is typically the response that we see. But I think it's also okay to say no without feeling bad or having to be angry. You can say no without being angry. You just have to say no, like, no thank you, that's not for me, that's not what I want, that's not what I'm about, sorry, no. It's like that simple. Cardstack says, focusing on your mobility, good for you. You wanted to be able to do a handstand, cool, and an L-sit, nice. No, it's a challenge, but you're taking baby steps, and that's like on your radar. So you want to focus on mobility, flexibility, strength, handstand. That's pretty cool. Good for you. Good for you, Cardstack. That's a physical, that's like part of your physical health and fitness that you're working on. So awesome. Facebook takes the fees of running scam ads. What? Wait, let me reread that, sorry. Facebook tanks the fees, so they make the fees of running the scam ads lower because the profit outweighs the fees. Huh. The addiction of social media was legally won recently? You mean like, okay. Especially in a lawsuit with Meta, huh? Yeah, I did hear that there was a lawsuit regarding like mental health and social media, and I think Mark Zuckerberg was dealing with that. Okay, I'm sorry. Without self-deprecating myself, but being completely transparent, if you don't mind, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But Uber, can you, yeah, King. Uber, can you tell me what you mean by that fun fact in a way as if I'm like a 5-year-old? Sorry. So my understanding is that Facebook may reduce the fees of running scam ads because they're still making money from it. So they made scam ads cheaper, so like a scam could still run its ad and Facebook is still receiving profit. But what do you mean by it outweighs the fees? Like if someone were to sue regarding the scam? Maybe it's just worded differently. I'm not sure. I'm also, okay, I'm at like 3 minutes. Or no, not 3 minutes, sorry, 3 miles. I've gone 3 miles and 26, 3 miles point 27, actually, no. So I'm good. Anyways, sorry if I don't understand the fun fact. Facebook takes, the profit outweighs the fees. The fees of like, of running a scam. So basically you're saying Facebook knowingly lets scammers run an ad, and they might get like a slap on the hand saying, "Oh, don't do that," but they're getting profit, and it outweighs the slap in the hand. That's my interpretation. If I'm just so wrong, then I guess so. But right. Okay, Facebook runs predatory advertisements. Yes, got it. Whatever fees they can easily be. Whatever fees they get. I see, fees for running the scam. Got it. Okay, so I was right. Okay, that's so dumb. I just wanted to make sure that I understood it 100% and that there was like no ambiguity. So basically, yeah, okay, so my understanding was correct. I just wanted to make sure that I was reading that correctly, because it's a crazy world out here. Sometimes I don't know, like does Facebook know that they're allowing advertisements that are scams? Like they should, right? It's not that hard to figure it out sometimes. Oh shoot, man, first-hand experiences are pretty, to me, very eye-opening, very I don't know what's the word. It's almost like traumatic sometimes. It's very traumatic. It's like, oh man, now I know, and I can't unsee that. I can't unknow the truth, right? So you saw firsthand when you're working with other people. Oh, that's really, oh man, that's unsettling. I'm sorry you had to experience and witness and, oh my god, that's so unfortunate. I hate that. Like, as a bystander, you know what's going on, and I don't know, what does anyone do? Like, can you report it and be like, hey, I just observed this, and it's not right, just wanted to let you know that it's happening. I don't know if you know, but I know now, and I'm just letting you know, in case you didn't know, if there's anything that can be done about it, or if it should be done, or what, but, oh man. I've been in a few situations like that as well, where I find out some organization I'm either working with or working alongside with is doing something kind of shady, kind of not right? Not completely. They're kind of dancing. They're kind of weaving around these loopholes, and you're kind of wondering does anyone know, or are we just playing along and we're just not gonna talk about it? And there's a giant elephant in the room, and we're just sweeping like, you know, we're putting the skeletons in the closet and we're just sweeping things under the rug. Like, I don't know about that. I don't like that. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. Go oofer. And anyone else who doesn't want to support that kind of shenanigan, because boo, do better, you know, you can do better. Good for you. I mean, it's harder, but good for you, right? For sure. That's good. You know, that's integrity. That's called integrity. I don't know if other people have that, but integrity is like, you can't really teach, I mean, maybe when you're a kid, you can kind of teach a person integrity if they're willing to like accept and adapt and you know, embody that value. But if they don't, then it's kind of hard to, you know, teach someone to have integrity. So that's a value for sure. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Look at that. It's like you got redirected from the universe, right? Good for you. Good for you. We like a success story. Cool. Yeah, if anyone else wants to share, cool. If not, it's all good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Like, these stuff happen. This type of, what is it? Abuse and predatory. It's just people taking advantage of people. I mean, it's not cool, but like, I don't know. I don't know I don't know how to really talk about it, because I mean, I hate that people say, oh, that's just how the way it is. It's actually not. It's actually not. It's actually not. I would argue. It's actually not. It does not have to be that way. It's a bit, it's like a mindset. It's a design, right? It reminds me of this movie. Have you guys ever watched Catch Me If You Can? It's an old movie. I believe it stars, I hope I get his name right, but Leonardo DiCaprio was the main character, an actor in that movie. Catch Me If You Can. It's a bit of an older movie. I agree. I really do. I really don't believe that people need to put other people's down like that. Or like take advantage of people. Tom Hanks was it Tom Hanks? See, I'm really bad with names and faces sometimes. Like, I mean, I think if I see their face, I might know, but I'm really bad with names. I was gonna say Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I don't think I watched or know much about Wolf of Wall Street, but I've heard of that. I'm not really familiar with these types of things, but it's based on a real story. You're talking about Catch Me If You Can? Catch Me If You Can, they said it was based off of a real story, but then I'm not sure if it was this movie. They said the writer said that it was actually not based off of a true story, but then there was like a person who kind of did something similar. I don't know. I have to look into that again. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not sure yet. The young man stealing his money and becomes an FBI consultant on fraud after prison. Huh. It is based on a real story. Okay. Okay. Then I must be thinking of a different movie where they said it was based off of a true story, but then the author or like the writer of it was like a novel before it became like a movie. I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check on that. Y'all, I'm sweating. I'm visibly sweating. I am steaming. I am a hot potato getting baked. I'm getting steamy. in the most platonic way possible. I have currently, my distance is 4 miles. 4.33 miles. 4.34, sorry. Basically 4 miles. I am on 4 miles, so I am surprised. I don't know if this thing is rigged or if it's broken, but it is saying that I have cycled a distance of 4 miles, so here we go, not bad. There's a few books turned movies of real events. Yeah, that's That's, I think, what I was thinking about, King. I think there was like a few books that were turned into movies, but then later it's like, oh no, they were not actually based off of real events, so never mind. There was another one. It was the girl in the closet. I think, I don't remember if it was Tennessee, but it was somewhere in like in a state that we don't really, you know well about, but I think it was in Tennessee or like somewhere in the Midwest or South. But this girl literally was raised in a closet, and it's really horrific. The movie is similar. It takes that motif and does like something a little different with it, but they said that that movie was inspired by that case. So there's like this girl, she's like what, like 9 years old, and she's been living in a closet. Literally, she goes to the bathroom in the closet, eats in the closet. She's 9 years old, but she's like wearing a diaper, and she looks like a malnourished infant when they found her. It was really horrific. But then the movie, the only thing that like really took much inspiration was that, you know, the mystery is like, oh, there's someone in like the basement, and like that's the only like reference or inspiration point from that. But anyways, okay, so again, tangent. How's my distance? We're at 4.6. We're almost at 5 miles, which is kind of weird. You want to get a row machine? That's cool. Aren't row machines kind of expensive though? And do you have space for it? Because that's the thing. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised. I mentally prepared like a list of all these questions because I was thinking, okay, we're gonna be here for a while. I was ready to cycle for 2 hours. I swear to God, I was ready to be on this bike, the stationary bike, for like an hour or two. I'm really surprised it's only half an hour, and I'm at like 4.7 miles, so I don't know if it's like... Yeah, the yapping helps. The yapping really, really helps. Are you kidding me? No, hell no, not another. That'll be 12 miles. Are you insane, La? What? No, thank you. I'm already I'm like feeling quite a bit of a workout. This is a really good workout for me. I need more cardio, actually, to be honest. Strength training, of course, but I've always been thinking about ways to like get more cardio because I feel like I don't walk enough. Like I need to get out and walk, you know, like I need to move. So I think cardio has always been something I wanted to try to add more into my daily life. So this is kind of good. Then secondly is like strength training and weights and weight training basically. Once I hit 6 miles, so that'll be like 8 miles. Why 8? Is there a reason for 8 miles? 8 miles. That's 8 miles is not too bad. I saw one for like $50 that just uses air. Not the best quality. I'm not sure about rowing machines actually. Yeah, I would have to make sure. Yeah, I don't know, rowing machines are pretty good actually. That's a lot of cardio there too. Like your yeah, rowing machines are pretty cool. Maybe go for an hour and find out how much is my distance. Oh boy. Maybe I can do that. We'll just, at that point I'll be like, okay, it takes me like what, maybe 45 minutes or whatever to get to 6 miles, and then we'll just see how much farther I can get in an hour. We'll see. I'm pretty, I'm not like gassed or winded, but I know I'm getting a workout. How do I know I'm getting a workout even though I sound probably pretty chill and I can still talk and be somewhat coherent? Is that I'm sweating. Like, y'all, I need to shower after this so bad. I'm emitting some mist or something. I'm sweaty. I'm just sweaty. Yeah, cardio never fails. I never fail to sweat when I hop on a bike or do any form of cardio. So that's good. Sweating is actually really good. It's just you need to clean. You know, you should shower and use soap and, you know, make sure you're not stinky, and then wash your clothes after. Okay, you know, that sounds kind of stupid. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, mom, right? Like, that's not what I mean. This is a thing apparently. There was like a person who went to the gym and, you know, they had a great workout and, you know, they're sweaty and stinky, and then their clothes, right? Their gym clothes. They put it, I think they're like a teenager, so they don't know these basic things. But this kid, he like throws his clothes on the ground in his room, whatever, and it just sits there for like a few days, and then he's gonna go to like use those clothes again for like to go to the gym, and then he realizes it's like really stinky, like really gross, and he doesn't know why until he like learns that, oh, all that sweat and like moisture and gross odor is like still there. And I'm like, but how do you not know? But how? I mean, I guess you just have to go through it, right? You just have to live through that and figure out like, oh, yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen, so. Maybe I got secondhand trauma from that, so I don't know. So yeah. Grooming, self-care, laundry. That's all really important. Actually, I had to do laundry just before the stream because I was trying to min-max. I was trying to be super efficient with my time, and so I, like 5 minutes before the stream, I like ran to the laundry room and like threw the clothes into the dryer, and I was just like ran back and I'm like, okay, I'm still good, but I still needed to do some like audio check and technical difficulties, and yeah, that's why I was like super frazzled earlier. Yeah, trying to be like super efficient, but then like realizing, oh my god, where am I? Super scatterbrained sometimes. Yeah, it must have been auto brain, like autopilot. It has to be because, you know, you're not aware, maybe he didn't know, that kind of thing. So I don't know if sometimes my reminders seem kind of like weird to you guys. Like, why would Poe remind me to shower and wash my clothes? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, do you ever like clean under your nails or something? Like, do you guys wash behind your ears? This one time I washed behind my ears and there was like so much weird, like, I don't know, like dead skin cells. I was like, what the hell? Oh my god. And ever since then I've just been like exfoliating the back of my ear with like it's like a peach apricot scrub, and I was just like, okay, you know, dab a little bit of that peach apricot, you know, exfoliating scrub, and like you don't even notice these things. But you just don't notice these things at all because you just don't, you know. So one day you just realize, oh my god, has this always been here? And then it is. Another thing, and this is not negative, I'm not trying to like be mean or bully. Sometimes I didn't realize this until, you know, I had to talk about it with like friends or whatever, like people in my life. Some people cannot smell their own odor, which is really weird, right? I don't know if this is like a biological design or not. I'm not sure. It's like your own scent, but like some people cannot smell their own odor unless they like stick their face into like their dirty clothes, and then they can like really smell their BO, right? Yeah, no, so unless someone tells you like, hey, you know, as your body gets older and you know, you're gonna sweat or whatever, you're gonna emit something called body odor. And so here are ways to like address your body odor. You can obviously shower with like soap and like make sure you I don't know why I'm saying this anymore. I'll stop. Cause I think when I was like younger, like I was with like a group of friends and we were all like smelling each other because I think the topic of body odor came up, and I told someone, I was like, I don't think I have body odor, because at the time I don't know, and so people, they were like, that's not true, that's so not true, you have body odor. And so everyone started sniffing me, like my neck and my armpit. I was like, oh my god, stop. Like girls, like, and you know, like mostly they were girls. I'm like, stop. And they're like, oh my god, you know, they don't have, I can't smell their body odor, and it's not perfume, and I don't wear perfume. So some people have like a body type that's like less BO and other people do. And so I don't know, and then when like someone in that group like had obvious like body odor or some kind of like fragrance, they didn't know. And that's when I learned like, oh wait, some people can really not smell their own, like, you know, their own scent. And that's like, okay, that's like self-awareness. I think that's worth knowing. And what's the solution to that? Ask someone. Actually, I had a friend who used to She used to ask me, can you smell this? Her shirt or something. Can you tell me if it's clean or not? And I'm like, oh my god. Thank God, most of the time, the clothes were like clean. They just wanted to know if it had an odor. And I'm like, no, it's fine. They're like, okay, cool, thanks. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't know. Little, it's like self-awareness, these little things about like going through life and being aware of like something as small as, oh hey, you know, how is my presence gonna make someone uncomfortable? Weird topic. That was not on the agenda. I think the brain is doing that thing where like once you're really tired, you're just gonna like talk nonsense. But at least my nonsense still makes sense. It's like sensible nonsense, right? It still makes sense. There's still some logic. It's not completely incoherent. By the way, I am at 5.95 of a mile. I have like less than 1 mile. My goodness, is this thing actually what? Yo, I just hit. According to this machine, I just hit 6 miles. What the heck? Hold on. What in the world? I'm gonna try something. Okay. So the sad thing is that it doesn't tell my distance on my phone, but it tells my distance on this thing. Does it show my speed? Yeah, let me take a look at my speed. It says my speed. Oh, it was like 4 point something to 5 point something. But this thing might be broken, honestly. Cause like I'm gently pedaling, and it's saying that I'm going like 5.6 to 6.0 speed, so I don't know. Oh, I should say this. My tension control is really high. Let me see. Yeah, my tension control is at an 8 out of 10. But then again, this is also like a super cheap stationary bike, so it doesn't mean like it's like super high grade either, so I don't know. Maybe I should just make it 10 miles to be fair. So yeah, maybe I can do that. Okay, let me think. I think to be fair, let's see, 9.9. Is that even real? Hold on. Alright, well. Gym Buddy Poe is doing the samba! They be doing the samba! Gym Buddy is sambaing! No, I'm on a stationary bike, I promise, I swear. No cap. Is that correct? No cap or is it cap? Is cap? No cap. Cap means truth or lying? I forget, but anyways, yes. Not lying. No cap? Alright, good for you. Awesome. Good job, Boofer. Yeah, real vibing hours. So, I guess I'll go for another quote-unquote 4 miles according to this cheap stationary bike. So I'm at 6.3. I've been like slowly pedaling at a tension of 8 out of 10. Yeah, tension control is 8 out of 10. By the way, King, it's queer month. It's time we update our pronouns. Not only are my pronouns po and et and po, but it's also they and them. Dude, that's like the second person who's like been a long time viewer who's like used she, her pronouns. I think it's my voice. I think my voice is too feminine for people to to like remember my pronouns, my non-binary pronouns, but I guess I should just, maybe I can just call everyone here females. Maybe if no one cares, we'll all be girls here. We're all just girls. We're all girlfriends here right now. All right, thank you, Panda. I appreciate it. Thank you for the encouragement, Ufer. I also appreciate that. Yeah. Oh gosh. So I posted the month of April's schedule. So I'll be going over asexuality on April 6th, and then non-binary Parents' Day on April, was it 19th or something? And then this month there's Lesbian Visibility Week. It's for like a whole week, but one day out of that week I'll be going over like, oh hey, you know, celebrating lesbians and females and women and non-binary people in the community, and oh yes, human existence, I suppose. I feel like it's just a good habit to get into, because like if no one ever lets you know, like if no one tells you you have bad BO, you'll just never know, right? Unless you figure it out yourself, but that could take a while. So same with like pronouns and like all these little like etiquettes of like respect, but I don't know. If I'm stepping on your toes about this topic, then maybe it's like either you're in the wrong place or an entire field of research is like invalid apparently. I don't know. I can't tell where the general consensus is on that. So I don't know, maybe I'm just really old and I care about things that people who are jaded or like, what is the word? If you're jaded or indifferent, then obviously nothing really matters, right? So we'll see. They, them pronouns though, for anyone who cares, for anyone who wants to care or cares to care. Yeah, I met this person like and they were really old, and I met their wife, and they were really like kind of nice, but it was kind of embarrassing, and it was really weird, and I forgot what it was, but basically the old guy said, "Oh, can't teach an old man new tricks," and it was kind of a cringe moment. It was a very cringe moment, and I really, for my own mental health and for my own sanity and like sense of like validation of my own existence, I don't think I can be around people like that. It's very toxic actually. It's very, very toxic. I also don't understand when like other Asians make fun of other Asians, or like when, because it's almost AAPI, right? It's almost Asian American Pacific Inlander Month coming up in May. So that's always been kind of a weird, you know, I mean, I guess at that point it doesn't really matter because it's like humans against humans, right? You know, so it doesn't really matter. Like there's always been like tension within the human species, the human race, right? Unless you're like an alien race, yeah, unless you're like a extraterrestrial from another like universe or planet that's come to take over the Earth and conquer the human species, race, whatever you want to call it, the human race, right? I don't think at that point they'll be selective. If you're bipedal, you're bipedal. Yeah, for sure. That's true. That is true. Everyone's experience is different, and yeah, there's a lot of anomalies for sure. There's definitely a lot of anomalies within that. So I think being able to see the nuance is very important, right? Yeah, it's really interesting. At that point, it's really hard to overgeneralize. Ethnic background, sure. Nah, that's really interesting. When you say it like that, that's really interesting because it's like you could have like one ethnic group, right? Like one very homogenous ethnic group, and even within that particular ethnic group, you get different personalities, different opinions, class, right? Economics, situations. Oh, that reminds me of like the difference between like poor communities and like affluent communities of the same ethnicity. I remember when, what was it called? Crazy Rich Asians came out. It was good and bad. Like, it was cool because it like, oh, cool, highlighting, you know, diversity in Asian, finally, like, in Western media, we're seeing like, Asian actors and whatnot. But, there was also some weird, not weird, but like justified, commentary that it only shows the affluent, right? The social affluence of wealthy Asians, as opposed to like Asians who, you know, grew up poor. So again, that's different too. It's really interesting to see that perspective, because at first I thought, oh, that's good. And then was it Everything Everywhere All at Once was also a different take on like Asian American experiences. You know, talking about this because again, May will be Asian American Pacific Inlander Month and celebrating diversity. Basically, if you think, oh, this doesn't matter, if you have ever drank matcha, if you have ever consumed anime, which I think 99.99% of this demographic should, you have consumed Asian media, which is basically Japanese animation, right? So it should be important, unless you, well, so here's another topic. Like Orientalism and objectifying and being a consumer and like trendy, you know. Yeah, it's a whole topic. I haven't like organized my thoughts on it. I've just like mostly consumed and read about and looked into kind of like, oh, what is it called when you treat a culture as a product and you omit the people and the richness of the history? You only just consume the product in front of you and you don't care about the people. Like, you like the food, you like the clothing, you like the music, you like the art, but you don't care or like the people where it comes from. I don't know if there's a word for that. It's like, on one hand it could be appropriation, but there's another word for it, and I was trying to find like, okay, well, what's the sociological word for like when you know, and then it's like, oh, capitalism. I'm like, yeah, well, it's under the capitalism like system, but I'm still trying to like figure out. So I was looking into that. That was really interesting because there's a lot of that going on, and folks have been like, I'm not the only one who's like talked about it. Disrespect. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, no, I think this is, if we can like have like a mature, you know, discussion on it, I think it's worth having. It's very eye-opening. It's a different perspective, if anything, right? Disrespect, right? Yeah. For a very long time, the word appropriation was used, and it's kind of evolved. Like, I feel like it's gotten worse than simply just appropriating. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I have to send you some of the articles and like some of these like other I don't know if you want to call them activists or like educators online that I follow, and they actually, some of them don't actually talk about these, what I'm talking about, in a very like activist way, like, oh, you have to protest. No, they're not like that. They're just letting you, they're just like very informative, which has been very interesting to like see their perspective. I don't like agree or disagree. I'm just kind of absorbing. Like, I'm literally just a messenger. I was thinking about this the other day. Do you guys know how pigeons were used as like messenger birds, like carrier pigeons during like a period of time where they needed like to get messages across like from a certain distance, and it's like really far, and these little pigeons would be like flying around delivering these messages. I'm literally that. I'm literally a messenger pigeon at this point. Like, I'm just like relaying some of the interesting like thoughts and ideas and that are very eye-opening in my opinion, right? I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. They're using a lot of like research. it's from like a more educational slash social yeah, social what's it, like social equality kind of perspective. And for the most part, they're not like screaming at you, they're just kind of like sharing this idea, like, oh, you know, did you know the history of matcha is like this, but now it's like, you know, it's being consumed from like blah blah blah, and it's trendy and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I see, oh, I see, you know. So there are movies that are ahead of its time, and that are more received today. But you remember, because the actor's death anniversary today. Oh, Farewell My... I have been told so many times to watch some of these movies, like Farewell My Concubine. There was another one. It was like an LGBTQ film. It's a what was it? It was really dark. I don't remember, but yeah. I've been told that Farewell My Concubine is like really good in terms of like a cinematography perspective. But I keep like not wanting to watch it. I really should just sit my butt down and watch it, honestly. Oh yeah, oh that's cool. Yeah, interesting. Cool. Yeah, Pigeon Poe. Basically, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. By the way, I'm at 7.85 miles according to this thing, so hopefully it's accurate to some degree. But 7 miles, going on to 8 miles. Not bad, not bad. I think so too, yeah, I think so too. I can try to look it up. I was literally, so I'm preparing for May, where I was preparing for May because it's Asian American Pacific Inlander Month and raising awareness and blah 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 and all that's, you know, cool stuff, and education and scholars should know these things. And then I was also looking into Lesbian Visibility Week, which is later this month. And I was trying to think of like, okay, what are some queer, you know, lesbian films that I've watched? And so I was like racking my brain, and I think we're talking about the same film. I just can't remember the name, for the love of God. I can't remember the name right now. Some of the other film that I will probably talk about for Lesbian Visibility Week, that one day that I'll be streaming during that week. It's a movie called, is it The Half of Us? Oh my gosh, why am I so bad with like titles? Hold on. Give me a second, I'm gonna look this up. The Half of It, I think? The Half of It. Let me double check. Yeah, it's called The Half of It. It was a 2020 film. It's an hour and 44 minutes about. It's I feel like it was pretty good. I liked it. But this is like a completely different film. I'm gonna try to see, what was the film? Leslie Cheung. Let me see if, I don't know if it's Leslie Hold on. Farewell My Concubine was one. There was another one, but it was about two women and their relationship. So it was like a lesbian film. Shoot, I'm gonna have to look back on it on my notes. It's gonna drive me crazy, but whatever. Happy Together? Oh, no. Oh, okay. It's different. It's not that one. It's not, that's a different one. Yeah, actually, those are two men, which is, again, it's fine. It's like queer, it's like, you know, part of LGBTQ, which is fine. But I was, because lesbian visibility awareness is coming up, I was trying to look for media and film that promoted and starred, you know, characters that were lesbian. And there was another one that was like Asian. Oh my God, it's gonna drive me insane. You know, like the brain fart just never ends. Last stream, it took me like a whole, 15 minutes just to think of like one word, because like on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I hate it. Oh my gosh. It's gonna drive me crazy. But once I figure it out, I will definitely mention it during the lesbian visibility stream for sure. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, that's great, and it's been like 8.29 miles, so that's pretty cool. I am sweaty. I am a sweaty cyclist. Holy cow. My goodness. But it's been a good workout. Definitely been a really good workout. It's crazy because we didn't even get through all of my talking points. I had so much anxiety that like I wouldn't have anything to talk about. Oh my god, what are we gonna talk about today? And here we are, just 1 hour in, and I've only talked about the talking point number 1. Great. What about the other questions? I'll probably just save them for another day. Take a rain check on that. You know, cycling and chatting with you guys is kind of addicting. Like, I think what it is like all these happy hormones, like all these endorphins, and like all, I don't know, like all these like yeah, happy hormones, all these neurotransmitters are just like flooding my brain right now. And like I'm just like naturally high right now. I don't know if it's like coming across that I'm like just naturally high, but like exercising is giving me like this natural like freaking buzz or something. It's weird. Like I don't want to get off the bike. Like low-key, this is dangerous. These are signs of addiction. Like I could just stay on this bike for like another 2 hours, but that's bad. I don't want to do that. You know, that's when you know it's addiction, because you don't want to do, I don't want to be on the bike for another 2 hours. That's the power of hormones, dude. That's the power of the addiction. It just keeps you locked in on whatever's giving you the happy hormones. It's pretty dangerous. That's pretty wild. Wow, that really beat my expectation. So I'll just go until 10 miles. We're at like 8.55 according to this cheap stationary bike, so I'm just gonna go off of this cheap stationary bike. I'll make it fair and make it, you know, 10. Just to be fair. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. So yeah. I guess the second question is, might as well, I suppose. We're still here. We still got about, what, 2 miles? A little less than 2 miles left to go. So with 2 miles left, we'll go ahead and at least, I'd like to try to answer question number 2, which is what's been the best part of your week, and or what's been the worst part of your week, depending if you see the glass half empty or half full, or just, you can just answer what's ever been good and whatever's been bad. Yeah, did you guys have like a good week, or did you guys have like a really difficult week? This week, I told you guys that it's technically spring break where I'm at, so I don't have my Japanese classes. So if you guys, you know, didn't know, I am taking Japanese classes. It's very, very enriching. I love it. I recommend, if you watch anime, if you like Japanese culture, if you like Japanese art, Japanese animation, yeah, I think it's worth learning or attempting to study the language. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. Okay. Tax return, let's go. Awesome, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Best part, seeing Mama getting a new car. Let's go to the least hard. To the hard part, nothing much. Still halfway into the week. Okay, yeah, I guess it's still kind of like, I guess it'd be like Wednesday, last Wednesday to this Wednesday, if you know, anything over the weekend. But yeah, that's, so the best part of your week was seeing Mom get a new car. Yay, that's awesome. Tax return is, that's nice. Like, you get money back, right? Yeah. I think for me, something good has been being able to work on some of my future streams, which I'll be talking about, you know, later this month. And I posted the schedule on my social media. I need to update some stuff. There's a lot of little things to keep me busy, occupied, you know, trying to find meaning and purpose and joy in my life and what I do. So that's kind of been the good part. Hard part, there have been a few challenges for sure. You know, gotta balance it out. Oh yeah, joyride, that's always fun. Yeah, be safe, right? Obviously. Cool. Let's see, some challenges, you know, just to balance it out. I'm still working on getting some resources for myself, right? And so that's always a little challenge, right? You have to wait for it, you have to, like, you know, make sure, like, you're gonna get along with the person that you're gonna be working with, and that's always a point of anxiety or concern, like, oh, you know, is it gonna work out, you know? Are they just gonna be insensitive? And so there's been some concerns there, but yeah, otherwise it's pretty optimistic. Yeah, studying Japanese is really fun. It's a little tricky though. We're getting into chapter, what is it? Chapter 5 and 6. I think I talked to you guys about, there's a book that I'm using, and it's kind of universal. It's like you can kind of pick it up anywhere if your, you know, bookstore has it, or you can order it online. It's called Genki, Genki, and as far as I know, there's 2 versions of it. There's an orange version and then there's a green version. So the orange one, it's like, it's the textbook and then the workbook for the orange one and the green one, and like the orange one is for like beginners, and then the green one is for like next level. So Genki is a very helpful book, and I think it's helpful because like the class is structured you know, following the book, so the curriculum follows the order of the book. So that's, and there's a lot of like resources such as like audio. You can download some apps to, you know, do the audio portion of the workbook, homework assignments, and so it's kind of like all there. It's like, it's everything. It's like a package. So it's very convenient. Whereas like for me, I really need structure, and I need to like be able to follow a structure that works with me, and so having that structure is good. Whereas like when I try to learn and self-study certain languages, like a long time ago I took French, and I loved learning French. I thought it was great, but because I didn't have a structure or an environment that was conducive to my learning, it was really hard actually to learn French on my own. So fast forward, you know, being immersed in Japanese culture, having a lot of content that's available, knowing people who are from Japan, or knowing people who are interested in Japanese media as well, it's very motivating. There's a lot of encouragement to keep going and keep learning and studying, you know, Japanese language. Whereas I didn't know a lot of French people, I wasn't part of a French community, I don't watch French films, and there's not just a lot of resources, so it was harder, and I didn't have the structure, and so yeah, learning a language is good for the brain too. So yep, all kinds of good things. So those are some of the challenges. That's probably the hardest part this week, was like studying, like keep studying Japanese. That's during spring break, so that's been a challenge this week, is studying, motivating myself to keep studying. But thankfully, again, like I said, there's a lot of like positive reinforcement, people who like Japanese culture, you know, watching anime, so it motivates and inspires. Yeah. Okay, 9.3 miles. We're 9.3 miles in. One more mile. 0.7 mile left. Less than 1 mile left. And then I will have possibly cycled 10 miles. At a tension control of 8 out of 10. So yeah, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. My thighs and calves are gonna be really sore, so I'll have to stretch and make sure that I, you know, fuel up on protein, nutrients, get enough sleep, and I should be good. Yeah, likewise for you guys. If you guys work out, you do a hard workout, be sure to take care of your, you know, your body. find ways to enrich your mind, right? Consume media that's informative, helpful, enables critical thinking, because I'm definitely trying to work on not I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but I'm trying to work on not consuming too much information, too much media all at once, so like all in one setting. It's literally like, it's information overload, but it's addicting, right? Like there's a level of like dopamine that you get from like learning something, or like fast information, or like doom scrolling, or watching these shorts, but it can be very not helpful in the long run. You get the instant gratification, but you don't get like anything substantial. So I'm working on that. Don't know if that's something you guys want to work on, or would ever consider working on, or maybe it's not even a problem for you, but that is where I'm at. So 9.5, 9.56. We are getting to be where we need to be. Whew. Oh my goodness. My thighs. Never skip leg day. Let's see, what else? I don't even know if we'll have time to answer all these other questions. I'm kind of surprised. I guess we'll just like cool down after this. I'll just keep pedaling for a little bit, and hopefully, if anyone is still exercising, good for you. If you finished your workout, awesome. If you're still, keep going. If you're still working on stuff, you just started to try and relearn math. Ooh, what a challenge. Okay, math. It was always a struggle for you. Of course, yeah, math is not easy, but wow, that is so cool. So you're going slow. Oh, that's so awesome. And I guess it's something mental. It is. It's very cognitive, but that's so cool. Oh man, that is so freaking cool. To like want to learn math, just, you know, to work on it is pretty cool. I mean, if that's your truth, right? That's pretty cool. Do you mind if I ask what kind of mathematics you're learning? Is it like geometry, calculus, pre-cal, higher mathematics that I just don't know about? Yeah, because for me, I just stopped at calculus. That's kind of like where high school leaves you at, right? And so like if you decide to pursue higher mathematics, that's usually, you know, you're going towards like engineering or computer science, depending. But yeah, math is logic. If you think about it, it teaches you logic that is just so important. And even though, again, growing up, I did not like math, but I could appreciate and value the importance of it as a skill, right? As like I saw math as like a dumbbell, and the more I like used math, as, you know, I was like working a muscle in my brain, and even though it was really hard, yeah, I knew it was like good for me, because then I would like be able to see logic from a numeric standpoint. I think a few streams ago, I don't know if it was last stream or the stream before, we actually did talk about mathematics. That's awesome that math comes easy to you. That's good. That's you know, you were just built different, you know? You just built different. And I can always have respect for people who are built different with like, you know, skill sets or knowledge in something that I don't know, because then, you know, that means that, you know, if there were questions and they're nice enough, I would ask them for some help. But, you know, that's good. Too bad you're indifferent to its existence until I need it. Oh, okay, yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal, right? I think that's pretty normal. So unless you like really have a passion for math, and then you're like really good at math as well, that's kind of like a jackpot. Like that's like a lottery, because like not only do you really like the subject matter, you're also just really good at it. So yeah. But in your case, it's like, oh, I'm just, you know, I have a natural inclination, like aptitude for it, but I don't really love or necessarily, you know, you don't hate or like it one way or another, but you know, so yeah, that's a thing. Algebra 1 and geometry to start, for sure. Yeah, algebra is really important. I used to Okay, I know we're in a weird time. Okay, so I'm like hypersensitive and hyper aware of this because it's like, it's just a weird time. But yeah, I used to tutor a kid, and it was when I had to tutor them or introduce them to like the times table, right? And slowly get them to like practice their times table and eventually like learn division. They were super against it. It was like nails on a chalkboard of resistance. Like they really hated it to the point where like I had to stop tutoring them because they just would not work with me. So yeah, so that I ended up like not, you know, no more tutoring because, you know, they didn't want to learn it. So it was kind of sad actually, because I was thinking like, all right, you're this age, and by the time you're a teenager, if you don't know your times table, that's really bad. That's a concern for me. Not even as an educator, like you know, like that's just like questions are like concerns, like light bulbs are like flashing in my mind, like, oh my god, this is weird. Because when I was like around that age, my biggest fear was like not being able to keep up with my peers in certain classes, and yeah. So I guess, you know, different generations, different time period. I don't know. I think this is maybe why I didn't become a teacher when I probably could have, but I was like, in that way it's kind of like I do have a good way of like, I think I have a talent / skill, or like a, what's it, like a liking to teach or share information and whatnot, but I think over time there's a bit of indifference that developed. So now I'm kind of like, you know, I'll just like present the information. If you want to absorb and do your own investigation, cool, but I'm not gonna handhold your learning process, but I'll do my best to like, you know, share the things that I personally care about, and if you care about it, then cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, teachers are so important, but it's so sad that the system doesn't give them the resources to succeed at their job, and then it ultimately kind of trickles down to like the minds that they're trying to like, you know, educate and develop these, you know, skills, cognitive skills. There was a teacher, and she was reporting, again, she's not being malicious, she's just like, she was just sharing that in her class of like, I think they're middle schoolers, their level of writing and reading is still, it's like too low. It's like, should not be at the level it is. So she was like reading one of her students' like assignments, and she was like saying how these words were being misspelled, and I just couldn't like forget it. She said that the student who's like in middle school was spelling the word would, like W-O-U-L-D, as W-O-O-L-D. And I was just like, there was a part of me that hurt. Like there's like, I have physical pain from that. There's something in like the center of my chest that just kind of like, it's like cringing, but it's like not even cringing. It's not embarrassment. It's like pain. It's like sadness. There's like a level of grief that I feel. And like, I have to like, you know, pull myself back together because like, holy cow, right? So we're getting like middle schoolers that don't know how to spell certain words. It's like emotional damage. You know, it's like some emotional damage. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to be mean. Like if I could, I would, you know, I would be happy to tutor and be like, hey, you know, like in the English language, this is how it's spelled, and that's just how it is because that's how the language developed. It's like, so I'm learning kanji in Japanese language, right? My language class. And so there's emphasis on the stroke order of like when you write these complex characters, and basically the equivalent of like misspelling a word is just not writing certain strokes correctly or in the wrong places, and then you just have something that doesn't look right and no one can read it. Like you're trying to say, oh, I'm trying to write the word tree, and then you just misspell it and no one can recognize it, and then that's a problem because no one knows what you're trying to say. And ultimately reading speaking is for the sake of communication and being understood and getting your needs met through communication, whether it's through written form, you know, or verbal form. So, oh man, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on in like a neurological standpoint. Like where, like the regions in their brain, are they developing correctly? Like what's going on there? The reason why I brought up this tangent is because, you know, feral children who like grew up in nature away from like human civilization, there's like permanent damage in their brain. It's actually to the point where if you try to integrate them into society and in like human culture and language, it like in some cases it causes like it results in their death. I don't know how, like I don't know if they just like, I don't know what happens, but a lot of the feral children just don't survive. Whether it's like they don't have the vaccines to integrate into human society, or if it's something else. I never looked into that part, but I don't know if it's along the lines of that or if I'm mistaken, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, right? Like you're not integrating into like, it's not even about assimilation, it's just more like brain development, right? Because with feral children, there's a part of their brain that just won't develop anymore, that it won't take in and adapt to. There's like a key point in their brain development, in their social linguistic, you know, and I'm not a neurologist, obviously I'm not an expert on this topic, so it's just very curious to me actually, and how that affects a person growing up and like the brain development. Maybe it's because yeah, so recently, again, going on the track of news and consuming too much information, there was like a murder case that happened and they scanned the murderer's brain, and this person does have a brain impairment. Like there's actual, not a euphemism, there is damage that was discovered in the scans of his brain. So on the scans, there's like, you know, there's damage there. There's like brain tissue damage, whatever. So you can't recover from that. Anyways, it has been a glorious 10 miles. Holy cow. Or according to this anyways. So let me go ahead and pause this. And I'm gonna go ahead and pause this really quick. All right. Oh. All right, so now I think we can well, we can finally tell Samba Gym Buddy Po, Samba Buddy Po, Dancing Buddy Po to take a break. Oh my gosh, that was about an hour and 24 minutes for 10 miles, whereas when we did 6 miles, it was a little less than an hour. It was about it was about 45 to 50 minutes. So that's actually better, I think, because then with the actual One Punch Man workout, I'll be doing other things, right? I'll be doing the squats, the push-ups. I think, was it push-ups? Sit-ups. I'll have to recheck. I'll have to revisit. Also, I don't know if Akira sauce. Akira, if you're here, if you're lurking and listening, hello, welcome in. It's a long time no see. It's a name that I recognize. Oh, hi. Go ahead and say hi if you can. But yeah, that's a pretty good. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good distance. So I just finished basically the mile cardio portion. Again, this is going to be modified, obviously, so I'll have to see. Let me just look up really quick. One Punch Man workout. Let me see. So okay, so it is 100 sit-ups. Oh my gosh, it's 100 yeah, so sit-ups, push-ups. So I did that part. Squats, dude. I will be fine with squats. I'll be fine with sit-ups, like no problem. The push-ups though. there was this one article that recommended doing 20 repetitions and then 5 sets. So what I could do is I could rotate it, right? So I would be doing 20 push-ups 5 times. That seems more manageable, you know? That seems more manageable. Peloton, and did a 30-minute ride when you're at a hotel with me. Oh, so like the hotel has like a built-in, a little like a gym. Oh, interesting. I'm looking up a Peloton. This machine is like, okay, so it's also like indoor cycling. Okay. Just wanted to see what kind of equipment it was. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's times where, like, you know, if the lodging has like a built, like a little, if they provide like a, what is it, like a little gym or whatnot, I sometimes check it out because the equipment is so nice. Yeah, it, towards the end, I kind of slowed down, so I think most of my sweat has like kind of evaporated, right? Like, I'm not trying to like form a puddle underneath my my floor, but but there was a point I was sweating profusely. That means you're working out though, right? That means your body is you know, working. There's something's happening, right? Some heat and you know, actually there's a whole process of like how that works. I used to love learning about that. It was like it was a science class. It was so many years ago. It's during undergrad, man. So like in my head, I get it kind of like conceptually, but like if you were to ask me to like present it, I don't know. So I guess the education or the information hasn't like, it's not deep enough in my brain, you know, like I don't understand it enough to teach it. That's another thing. Knowing information and like understanding it is different from teaching it and talking about it. So that's something that I recognize. But it kind of inspires me to want to learn and understand things more in depth so that maybe I can talk about it, if not more casually, right? Kind of trying to level up the discussion of you know, the general public, because I guess that's kind of what I think we are. We're like the general public, right? We're not experts, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to talk about these things. I think it's kind of like my way of my attempt to go against brain rot, right? Food for thought instead. Don't rot. Yeah, don't rot your brain, I guess, is my hope with trying to cultivate discussion topics that, yeah, it'll require more effort. It'll require more cognitive or like work output, you know, effort. And then, so that's one part. The second part is the technical part. You know, we have like a a character limit. So maybe you want to like share and talk, but then it's frustrating if there's like a character limit. And how does that work? You know, like how can discussion be generated when you're capped after what, 100 characters or something? But we can still try. We can still do our best. Yeah, so we covered a lot of things actually today, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. Trying to think. Depending on the rest of the workout moving forward, because this was a bit of like a test run for, you know, the future workout starting on April 15th. Yeah, I might have to like test it on the first day as well. That should also be a test run, because if I'm doing 20 repetitions 5 times, you know, to be able to do the workout, which is, you know, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 100 squats, when would I do the cardio part is what I'm wondering. I feel like I should do the cardio at the end, honestly, because what I'm worried about, because I'm feeling my body right now, like I'm trying to like assess like if I were to do the One Punch Man workout in this condition, like, so I just did my cardio, right? I just did the 10 kilometer, which is around 6 miles of running. Like, I'm kind of tired, not gonna lie. I don't know if I want to do more workout. I don't know if I want to do more sit-ups and more push-ups and squats. So I think I should do like the thing that I hate the most, which is push-ups. And then I think sit-ups will be fine. Squats could be a challenge because I'm very particular about my squat. I'm all about form. If it's not obvious, every time I do a push-up or a sit-up, afterwards I always talk about, like, I reflect in the moment, like my form. I observe, like, oh man, that one was harder this time for whatever reason. Oh, I did it a different way. I put my hands behind my back, I put my hands across my chest, you know, trying different things, seeing how it, you know, how it sits. Yeah, and I think about all these different components before I create a workout that will be challenging just enough, but it's not gonna, like, you know, completely be ineffective or was it overwork either. Yeah, coming up with a workout plan and then like going through with it takes a lot of a bit of planning. So I'll keep investigating. I'll keep seeing like how other people have done this workout. Do people just do it all in one go? To my understanding, it can be done throughout the day, is what I also read about in one point. Like, you don't have to do the One Punch Man workout all in one sitting. Like, you can just kind of like space it out throughout the day. So you could have like do part of it in the morning, and then like, you know, do the rest in the afternoon, evening, and break it up. But because I'll be doing it for, you know, a stream, which, you know, should be in one setting, that'll be interesting. Anyways, that's my thought process. I don't know about if you guys are thinking about increasing or adding to your own workout and, you know, going about it like gracefully without adding too much pressure. It's actually pretty scary because sometimes like I'm so used to my workout, I'm like, oh, this is pretty good, why should I change it? But again, if your goal is to improve and get stronger, you should consider, like, you know, maybe adding 5 pounds, maybe slowly adding 10 pounds, seeing how that feels, you know, adding 20 pounds. If that's too much, go back to 15 or 10 pounds down, and kind of testing your limits so that you can slowly get better. It should be a gradual process, definitely. That's kind of the mindset that I learned and that I was taught, and I don't really want to do some weird toxic peer pressure to egg someone on to do something they're not ready for that could cause damage and harm. Reverse sit-ups? I don't think so. I think reverse sit-ups are pretty good. Reverse. Is it the one where you lay on your back and then you bring your legs up, and then it's like you're using your core to do most of that work as opposed to momentum? No, I think it's fine, right? Just make sure that the back of your head and your neck is still on the ground, because what'll happen is some people, and I've done it before too, my neck comes up and I need to remember to like keep my head down on the ground and like really focus. The focus should be on my core, using the core to bring my legs up. That, I don't think that's cheating, but it really depends who you ask. For me, it's not cheating because I'm more lenient, but if you're trying to do like a competition, or you're trying to do some kind of like, what is it called? CrossFit? Ayo, fish food. Thank you for the subscription, I suppose. We got some fish food. Cool. Time to feed some fishies. Shout out to you. Thank you for the sub or follow. I don't know, subscription, follow. They're all different words and names. Cool. Yeah, so reverse sit-ups can be very beneficial, especially if you don't want to like injure your spinal cord, because your spine has like that natural curve, and yeah, sit-ups can be really harsh. I don't have too much of a back problem, and it should be okay, but I also want to caution that if you feel that you have, you know, some lower back concerns, I think reverse sit-ups are very valid and just as good. Actually, I remember something. There is a gym exercise which is really similar to the reverse sit-up that I really liked. I don't know why, I just really liked it. I felt I was getting stronger. But basically there's this machine, or there's like equipment in the gym, and what you're supposed to do is you like, I don't know how to describe it, but basically there's like padding, and it goes on your thighs, and then your feet, your toes are pointing down, and your legs are straight, and then your torso is bent. And then the machine is like holding you up from your thighs. And what you do is like you put your hand behind your back, and then you literally just lift up from your hip, so your torso is going up. Again, it's kind of like a reverse sit-up actually, but with equipment, so there's more. So instead of lifting your legs up, you're on this equipment, and then you can like lean forward all the way, and then you just, you know, you bring your torso up, and you don't want to go, you know, just until your back is like straight. I don't know how to describe it. Like I have to show you guys a video. And then my favorite part was when I could add weights. So basically what I would do is you can use a dumbbell, or you could get one of those like round weights that people use for bench presses or whatever. So I'd get like a, I don't know, like a 25-pound weight, and it's like nice and round, and you just hug it. So I'm just like hugging this little circle or whatever. And then basically what you do is you get into position on the equipment, and if you're not sure, you can always ask like a staff member, or maybe there's like a fitness instructor or a personal trainer that can, you know, spot you and make sure that your form is correct. But essentially you get on this little machine, and the pad is cushioning your thighs. You put the weight, whether it's a dumbbell or that circular weight, like kind of right in front of you, and then you pick it up and you hold it to your chest, and then you go up, right? Your torso goes up, and then when your torso goes up, it's harder with the weight. There's a bit more resistance, and so it really relies on your core strength. And I really like that one too. I really like core exercises. That's my favorite. So I also really like squats, and weighted squats were my favorite. If you guys ever get a chance, it's actually very intimidating. If I wasn't taught or shown or given permission, I guess, to use the weighted squat, like the machine, the frame, yeah, if no one taught me how to use that and like said, oh, this is how you do it correctly, these are the things you should be careful of, make sure that you don't injure yourself, these are the ways you would injure yourself, so watch out for that, don't do that, you know, make sure your hands are, you know, the right, and nothing should hurt. Basically, when you do anything, nothing should feel in pain, like there should be no stabbing or anything like that. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that, and if no one had showed me how to use those equipment, and then I would have just kind of been very intimidated, honestly. I don't think I'd ever go out of my way to try to figure it out, unless I had like a personal trainer, and I'd be like, oh hey, what's that equipment, you know, can you show me how to use it? And then, you know, I would know how to use it and be on my merry way. So if you have access to that, or if you just do your own research, you can go on YouTube, and maybe you saw like an equipment in the gym and you're like, huh, I don't know how to use it. Maybe you could just ask someone like, hey, what is that equipment over there called? And then they'll tell it to you, and then you can look it up online and then figure out how people would use that equipment. There's another one, it helps with the glutes. Yeah, so your butt muscles got some muscles over there. So so there's a machine, or like an equipment, where you like lay down on your stomach, and then your legs are kind of bent up, and then I think what you're supposed to do, no, your legs are not bent. You're supposed to bend your legs. So basically that motion, let me remember how I did it. Basically you like bend your calf, and it's supposed to like work your glute muscles. That was another like machine or equipment that, again, I would not have known how to use unless someone taught me that. And that helps with glutes and your thigh, like the muscles connecting your glutes to the back of your knee. That thing, that I don't know my muscle groups, I'm just giving like there's probably names for these muscle groups, but obviously I would never know them. I'll look at them, I know where they're at, but I will never know those names. Those are big words. Muscle groups. I have so much respect for people who learn anatomy down to the nerves, the muscle tissues, muscle groups, the muscle, like everything, all anatomy, bones, oh my god, bone structures. And I have so much respect for people who can do that, and I just hope they don't look at me and think I'm an idiot, because I probably am an idiot to them, because I will never know these things. The words I'll just be like, that muscle that's like on your forearm, yeah, that one. Oh, you mean the triceps, the biceps? Yeah, that. Which one? Yeah. What? Yes. Those. That's okay, maybe I'm not that annoying, but basically it's pretty much like that. Like, look at this. Okay, so besides biceps, there's deltoids, but basically the muscle group in your shoulder. Obliques, okay, obliques, the muscle groups in like your core. The abdominals, we all know that. What the heck is this? The adductors? Why does the muscle group adductors sound like something from like a steam engine? I suddenly sound like I'm equipment for some kind of, yeah, see, this is how my brain operates. Quadriceps, okay, maybe I have heard it, maybe it's not impossible. Wait, what the heck is this? Gastrocnemicis? Words, no, that's not, I'll never learn that, I don't know those words. Maybe that's bad, that's a bad way to think about it. Yes, I will learn this word. I will will it into my vocabulary, hold on. But how do you pronounce C and N right next to each other? Gastrocnemius? What? Does not flow nicely on the tongue for me. The latissimus dorus. It's some kind of like back muscle. The deltoids, yes. The tricep brachii, yes. Me attempting to learn human anatomy and muscle groups. Yeah, sorry. But if that's something you have an ability for, then cool. Medical terms have always been a struggle. They'll always be a struggle, but it's okay. So many different workouts. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits from reverse sit-up, so yeah, I don't know. What would we consider a cheat? I feel like a cheat is like something when you kind of do it, you know, pardon my language, but if you do it half-assed, like you just do it kind of halfway and don't really get that full muscle contraction, right? You just kind of like stop, or it's like bad form. But then that could also just mean that your muscle is fatigued and you need to, like, you know, shake it off, or maybe that's like your limit, maybe you're just tired. So can't really judge. The ultimate cheat is just not going to the gym, right? Cheat days. Or not following your meal plan to, you know, get on the diet that's gonna help you with whatever you're trying to work on, whether it's like lose weight or gain muscle or help with whatever health medical condition you have, you know, work on your diabetes. Right? That's the only definition for me of what a cheat is. Again, if you work with like a personal trainer and they'll define for you what cheating is, then you can work on it. But for me, my priority is your safety and injury prevention. So if that means you have to modify your form or workout, I'd rather you modify something than injure yourself trying to do the thing, whatever workout or form. Yeah, I would rather the modification is different than doing the original form in a bad way. Like, would I have that over like a modified version? I'd have the modified version. But again, meh, that's just my opinion. Yeah. Well, that's really all I have. I hope you guys had a good workout, or at least enjoyed today's session. Again, there's a lot of talking points. I think I'll save some of these talking points for another time. I think these are really thoughtful, and I would like to talk about them and share some of my experiences with you guys, and maybe hear from you guys as well. Whoever wants to share and talk about or answer any of these questions in the future, I'll have them for the future streams. So we have something to yap about, but then again, we always have something to yap about. Yeah, any questions for me? It can be anything related to upcoming stream, anything about me as a fictional character, as a person, as a human on the internet. Anything, as long as it's being asked with the intention for wanting to know and learn and understand, I think will be valid. Any questions? No questions? No concerns? I'm hoping that in the future I will have some more resources, but that's something I'm working on. I would like to make more videos, but we'll see. That's still pending. I still need to go back and update my progress with some of the rewards and redeems. I need to go back and do that, so I'll do that after a nice shower and maybe like a snack or dinner, because yes, carbs, spaghetti awaits. Other than that, thanks so much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll get another chance to talk and connect and talk about whatever topic comes up, because all of the topics. Yeah, thanks for tuning in and for, keeping an open mind and being open to different discussion topics and being mindful and considerate. And yeah, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, I hope. I don't know. We're in the Kali Yuga, as I've said. We're in the age of what? Moral decline. So yeah. All right, yeah, sounds good. I think there's a few folks who are lurking and listening, maybe having dinner and stuffing their face with good food, but yeah, so I'll go ahead and just wrap up for now, and Jamata, see you next time. It should be next Wednesday, I believe. No, actually it's gonna be Monday. My next stream will be Monday, April 6th, and we're going to be talking about asexuality and awareness and all kinds of resources. So I'll have that set up for you guys. Yeah, so I'll see you guys on Monday evening. Bye-bye.